Yo, yo, yo. It's
What's going
Victory
on?
Mother Freaking Sunday. Victory Sunday. What's going on, guys?
Another dominant performance on Sunday, yet again,
You can bet that.
as expected, as we said before. I guess Mr. Carolina Panther cover him out. I don't know what's going on. You're running from COVID?
Let me know when it's my turn to talk. That's all I got to say. You guys welcome the show. Just let me know when it's my turn to talk.
Well, everybody here should be happy today. I think our three teams won today. I think KG, the Eagles won in dominating farm.
Dominating fashion, yeah.
The Flying
Um,
Eagles came out, won in dominating fashion. The Carolina Panthers squeaked the Seahawks.
Let's get him to fuck out of here. This is quick. Get he out of here.
I mean, I guess it was a good week of football so far. A good Sunday, being that we had of course our teams won, but you had a few games where you saw. I think what was it? The Carolina Panthers was a good game. I think the Seahawks tried to make it a game, but Carolina was gonna win it. You thought that um the Giants was gonna make it a game. That didn't happen. You thought Tampa Bay probably would have tried to make it a game. That didn't happen as well. Um, of course, you saw the Chiefs and those guys won. You saw the Lions have a commanding victory against the Vikings. I mean, that team is looking good so far. I mean, that's a well coached team, you could say right now. I mean, I think they started off 1-6, and right now they're 6-7.
Yep.
So they're playing good football. They might have a chance to actually win out and try to make a push to the playoffs and try to make a run in the playoffs as well. But they're playing good football right now. Jared Goff is looking much better than he's looked. I think since his the Super Bowl run that the Rams had a few years back. He's looking good. I mean, they got good weapons on offense. Again, that the offensive coordinator that they got out there is a elite offensive coordinator too. He might be looking at a head coaching job sometime next year. Um, you see the what you call it, the Buffalo Bills win. They still have a hold on the number one seed in the AFC. I guess we got a Sunday night game coming up against the with the Chargers and the Dolphins. We'll
Yep.
see how that goes. We'll see if the Dolphins can rebound after a tough last week. Let's see if Tua can rebound. What else is there that happened this week? That happened today actually.
I think you covered it. I think you covered
Um,
that.
Cowboys, the Cowboys, who they said had a was a favorite to make it to the Super Bowl with a 50% chance, struggled mightily against the horrible Houston Texans. I think it took them. I think it took them what till the
Almost
last,
to the last minute.
almost
Yeah.
last minute, last end at the end of the game to actually score a touchdown.
Yep.
Houston actually gave away that game because they were actually in the red zone and they went into a fourth down and didn't get it. They were on the 2 yard line. They should have punched it in, but they didn't get it, and that's what happens when you're a bad football team. But we won't go far into that as yet. We'll talk about it later on. But right now, we'll talk about our teams with me, K Jizzle, of course, C Money, the 49ers, and of course, Sheedy with the Carolina Panthers covering his mouth. I don't know if he's still running from COVID, but yeah. But I'm gonna go with me first. Being I had a 1 o'clock game. I mean, it's just a continuation of last week, and a continuation of what happened, what I said yesterday. Another dominating performance again. We none of us expected the Giants to make this a game. None of us. Like I said before, like I said last night, they don't have any other than Saquon Barkley and probably Daniel Jones. They don't have any elite skill position players. So there's no way that team should have been able to actually make this a game. Hey, Ashley, but and I mean you saw that. you saw how commanding and how dominating this Eagles team can be. I don't have no arguments this week. I ain't cussing Janon. I hardly cuss Janon today. I must have cussed him once. Surprisingly. I ain't cuss at all. This team played superb defense, superb offense, superb on special teams. Well, not superb because they gave up a black one, but I mean it happens. And that's how the Giants got I think got their first touchdown. But other than that, I don't have no arguments, man. Jalen Hurts is playing out of his mind. Devontae Smith is playing out of his mind. AJ Brown, swole Batman, is playing out of his mind. Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen, they're playing out of their mind. Um, the offensive line is playing great. Miles Sanders is playing great. I mean, this is the first time since Jeremy Macklin and Miles Sanders that we had a 1,000 yards rusher and a 1,000 yard wide receiver. It's crazy. This was probably, I think the last time that happened was what, 2013, 2014. So gotta give credit to Harry Roseman again for putting it together and bringing in some solid players, a solid wide receiver in AJ Brown, and having him here. And look, we were 12-1. Got a stronghold so far in the NFC. Probably, no, not probably. We will be in an NFC Championship game, and probably might make Super Bowl. But we'll see. But we will be in an NFC Championship game. Barring any injuries, I think next week, what you call it, Dallas Goddard will be back against the Bears. Avante Maddox was back this week. The team is getting back healthy. I think in a few weeks later, Robert King will be back and probably won't play half time. Chauncey Gardner Johnson will be back. So the team is actually getting healthy, and that's good. We're catching our stride. Team is getting healthy, and we are moving forward in the next couple of weeks. I mean, I don't have nothing bad to say. Nothing bad to say. Great dominating victory yet again, and it should be the same against next week against the Chicago Bears. I don't see nothing else happening. Anything from you guys on what happened with the Eagles this week?
So I didn't watch the game. I was watching Josh in the Jets. But I was listening to you and watching the ticker and the fan.
Right.
And it looked like it was just a complete dominating game from the beginning
Start to finish. Start to finish.
Um, the Giants, I think, reached the ceiling with Daniel Jones, and I think they're on a decline. I think they lose what 3 games straight now after starting off hot.
I think it's 4 games now, right?
I don't think it's the ceiling with Jones though. He basically got nobody to get the ball to. If you look at the team,
They ain't got no receivers.
we can't name a wide receiver they got right now.
Yeah, they don't have any receivers, and they
So
don't trust in Kenny Galladay. I think the only
fully put it on. I think and Saquon was limited today because he had an injury.
right.
So if you can't use your Belco and you ain't got no wide receiver that nobody in the NFL know,
But wait, did he just start off not having these wide receivers in the last 13 weeks?
I think they
he
started off
with a full amount. He had
Tony,
Tooney,
and he
Sterling
had
Shepard, Slayton,
Wandale Robinson.
Wandale, and all of them. And as the season went on, they
But
started to get picked apart through injuries.
Lauren Shepard went out for the season.
He got toys Achilles. Tooney got traded. Wandale got injured. Galladay injured. So at this point in the season, probably the top 5 receivers is no more.
Mm-hmm.
This when they were winning, they had the people that they could throw the ball to. No, at this point, no. All of them gone. I think Richard James is the number 1 receiver.
I think they still got Slate now there.
And Darius Slade. He just come back from an injury. He got a few weeks back now. So I don't put it all on Daniel Jones, but if you don't give your quarterback weapons, ain't no way he gonna succeed.
And time, cause he got sacked up.
Exactly. That line still ain't that good because
7-8 sacks this week.
they drafted Evan Neal from Alabama, and he's been a disappointment. And the line ain't holding up. No Saquon, no receivers. Nobody. Yeah, unless you're a diehard Giant fan, they're the only fan that was picking the Giants to beat the Eagles. Nobody wasn't picking the Giants to beat the Eagles. The way the Eagles going and the way the Giants going, that ain't happening.
Exactly.
So it ain't nothing surprising. The only surprise they had was like KGC. The man bunks the ball and try to kick it after
Yeah.
on a punt. That probably
On
the
a
only
punt.
surprise. He dropped the ball, blast the ball, kick after like he played soccer. So
It was a good looking kick.
yeah, he
He's
get it
making
far,
far.
but
Like,
it's an
that
illegal
was
play.
the best thing. That was the best thing he could have do ever to get killed.
It's an illegal play, but
Illegal play.
he make it look good. So, but nah, it was pretty straightforward for the Eagles and in the Giants. So ain't nothing. All right, we gonna shift it over to the 424 games. You take the mic, Sheen.
Let me go first. 'Cause I think when you start, you might not freaking stop it.
But you better believe it.
I think I can't leave your ass here. They should
That's
like
your business. You just don't want to hear greatness when you speak. That's how it is.
he
But
say great.
KG will stay and listen to me. You could leave.
How about you sit forward so we can see her?
No, because you got to see that fella there. See, calling there again. When you don't want to come.
Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce y'all to Mr. Glock Purdy. Mr. Glock Purdy, 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant, has arrived on the scene. Played today like he been in the league 5 years at least. He's second term, after rookie contract. Outduel Tom Brady. Put up points. Now, if you watched the show yesterday, and me and KG and Shiri were talking, Shiri asked a question on how I feel in my game. And I say 50-50. And I had to say that all I want Purdy to do is protect the ball. What's the KG? Score twice? Score twice and maybe a field goal, and then leave my defense hold on the fort. Well, Mr. Purdy went out there and scored 3 touchdowns. 2 in the air, 1 rushing. That was 21 points. And just had, again, like any defensive corner would do, you got 7th round pick come out, you can blitz the hell out of him. First play after the thing is a blitz. He gets sacked. But I forget who the was on the blitz, came across on the blitz and tried to take him out. Basically, I think it was a cheap shot. Everybody could bait with me if you want. But he leave with the helmet and get a personal foul for roughing the passer. Give us our first down. And as them saying the big show, and that was the end of the story. Because after that, Porter said, well, yeah, and persuaded to go ahead and just light up the Buccaneers defense. Good game all around. The team click. And the only touchdown that the Buccaneers score was a lucky pass off an interception that bunks off a Godwin belly and dropping the left Russell Gage, and then he just happened to roll in the end zone. That's the only score they had the whole game. No field goal, and that's the only touchdown. Brady had to look bad. People are going to say he had a bad game. Tua had a bad game last week, too. We beat them. Watch them up. So every team we play, they're going to say the quarterback having a bad game, or is the quarterback just flustered with the damn pressure coming off the ass, and it making it look like he having a bad game. We can see next week when we play Gino too. When we go there and beat Gino, they will say he had a bad game too. This defense is playing lights out. 3 turnovers today, 2 interceptions and 1 forced fumble. Complete lights out. And now you got Purdy, Mr. 7th round, who putting up points on the board. That's all you need to do, put up points on the board. And then lead the defense, pin the airs back. Once you turn the game into where a team have to play catch up, defense can pin the airs back and just forget about the run game, it's problems. And you see today. You saw it today. Brady was under pressure today. He cried so much today, it make me feel bad now. He wants so much calls. But it's a complete game. I wasn't expecting a domination like that. It put me up. I think it got me now on my high hopes now with Purdy. And it was a dominating game on all 3 phases of the football field. Yeah, we took some injuries. There was some bang bang plays. We took some injuries more than Debo. The Debo injury had looked more serious than what it was. I think they're classifying it as a high ankle sprain right now. So I think that's a lucky break. And then I think Kevin Givens got injured. He's a defensive tackle. Some players got banged up, but the injury reports don't look too bad. You also bang ups. You know what I'm saying? Debo probably won't play next week against the Seahawks. We probably just rest him up for the playoff run. High experience is what usually 4 weeks, right? Four weeks, guys.
Usually 4 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes it depends, but
yeah.
mostly
So we
mostly four
probably
weeks.
just rest him up and just use what we have on the roster to thing. We got running backs for these. We don't really need to force him back to win them games. So dominating effort by the 49ers. We now have a two-game lead in the NFC West, thanks to the Panthers. If we beat the Seahawks Thursday, we clinch the division. And then we're looking to go down there and beat Arizona the last game of the season, and that way we sweep the whole division. 'Cause right now we ain't lose a game in the division yet. So I think that's the goal that everybody aiming at right now. I done treated.
Um, anything on it from your point of view, Jizzle?
Well, you saw that what Kyle Shanahan did. Kyle Shanahan knew that the um the Buccaneers had a depleted secondary, and he took advantage of that. Even though Debo went down, I mean they were able to get Ayuk going, and at the same time, being that you had a depleted secondary, you couldn't rely on your defense to stop the run as well. So I think Christian McCaffrey had a big game too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah,
happened when you got depleted secondary. So I
100.
mean,
I think he had 185 total yards.
right.
You know,
But so you gotta give credit to Kyle Shanahan again for getting Party up and ready to play. I didn't think we really expected Party to look this good.
no, I didn't.
I mean, in these two games. Um, so I mean, in his first time, you saw Brett. You've seen him done it before with Bret Hart and the other quarterback that he had before. So I mean, pretty much another commanding victory by the Father again on a depleted Buccaneers team.
Porter like a Porter is like a experimental fix between Lance and Garoppolo.
Garoppolo,
Yeah, he can stand up in the pocket and throw the ball,
he
but
can
then
move.
he still got enough athleticism to move. He ain't gonna move like Trey Lance, but he could get out of the pocket and throw. So you kind of got the best of both worlds with him. And as Shane said earlier in a previous show, that the reason Shanahan like him all the time, and he come through the system. So it's not like he's new to what going on. He just never played with the first team.
Right.
Now he got the chance to do it, and he looks comfortable. You keep him upright, he gonna make the throws. So that's why Tampa and them trying. I was trying. That's why them teams trying to blitz him to make him feel uncomfortable. But if your blitz don't come and get you, I sorry he gonna pick you apart. You better be sending the blitz and hoping the blitz coming through, because you can't send the blitz every single play either, because then Shanahan gonna adjust to that. And remember what I tell you, you gotta pick your poison in terms of which skill position play you trying to shut down. Because you're trying to shut down the wide receivers, then you got McCaffrey in the backfield doing what you want. You try to kill the outside, you got Kittle doing in the middle. So it's hard for a defense to focus on one thing. And the Buccaneers ain't no team the back a couple years ago. That team
Yeah,
got a lot.
last year.
That team ain't the same. It starts with Brady. Brady, you could tell.
Father
Father
time hit.
Time is caught up the Brady. Sorry to say, he don't look like the Brady at all. The line don't ain't like before. You still got Godwins and Evans, but they ain't look like they could fully do it no more. The run game ain't as good. Then the defense, it's sad to say Todd Bowles gonna get fired because he's the head coach. If he was a white coach, he probably would have stayed, but they gonna fire Todd Bowles ass this season. And
Not if they win the division.
they still I don't. at that
No,
at that
I don't see him
at
winning the
that
division.
record that they're
Yeah.
gonna win it, he gonna get fired. He gonna get fired for that because make it even worse if Brady had something, but he know if he gonna retire, he might not retire. The Buccaneers he gonna bring back Brady next year. I sad to say, but Todd Bowles he's the one that got to take the foul fruit because they got the Bengals next. That's more than likely a loss again.
Mm-hmm.
That takes them out of controlling their own destiny. They needed to win the game today or tomorrow or next week. I don't think they're gonna beat the Bengals, which makes them now not controlling their own destiny. So it's harder for them.
Hmm.
So the Buccaneers, they don't look like the Buccaneers team at all. And like you see, it ain't our fault that we playing a bum team or your division this way. You just play the game and you go there and try to win. But it wasn't surprising to me. Probably the score, how much you guys score was probably a little surprising that I put what I think, but I didn't expect the result to be any different. I think all of us picked San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing about it. Everybody picked San Fran, everybody picked Philly. So it's not like it's surprised not the result. They may be surprised not the scores, especially if San Fran. I thought San Fran would be about 24, leaning on the run. But Porter was up and down, pump faking, doing all kind of things.
Didn't expect it from Porter.
And yeah, so I didn't expect that much. And then the Eagles, like the thing with the Eagles, not the Eagles, the thing with the Giants is they're gonna start it for the Giants to stay in the game, like I said last night, they gotta score fast and early, like 10-0, 14-0. It didn't happen, and then that was it. Because they falter as the time goes on. So it wasn't I expected it, so it wasn't surprising. The manner that was I surprised that Brady only scored 7 points? No, look at all of Brady again. Remember what I said last week, Shane?
We did talk about it. Yeah.
It took him the last 3.5 minutes of the Saints game to score points.
Just put up
So
two
am I surprised that only scored one touchdown? No, because I just said it last. I told you, if it wasn't for that, we'd have been in first place this today.
Yeah, because
If it wasn't for that
Yeah.
last 3.5, the
Mhm.
Panthers would have been in first place. So it ain't like I surprised. Brady and them just don't look the same. The 49ers is a very good team, as she'd say. Thanks to the Panthers, they're 2 games up and they're gonna play for the division on Thursday.
right.
And thanks to the 49ers, we are now officially just 1 game out of first place. Going into next week, the Buccaneers got the Bengals. The Panthers got the Steelers. So it may be Harnett pick up Pickett or Harnett pick up Chubby. One of them gonna happen.
Well, if Pickett stay in the concussion protocol and Trubisky got to play, well, Hardy can get about 2 picks and freaking Trubisky got.
They're gonna be a pickup loser there over there with Trubisky.
Even
He
if
what he threw
Pickett,
he threw 3 picks this today.
3 picks. Even if Pickett is there, after what Harnett do Gino today, he picking everybody. But
Pickett is bad.
no, I ain't saying he not sick, but it ain't no. But like I see, the 49ers are a team that we know can go far. The issue was Sri Lanka got injured. Bringing in Jimmy was just like continuing. Then Jimmy got injured, so the wild card was Porty. After 2 weeks, he rising up to the task at hand. So we just got to see how it goes. He has a crucial game on Thursday. You know how Thursday nights could be. Let's see what happens
A short week
in
for
that.
both of us, but we had yeah, the game was in Seattle today, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
so they playing
We
it. Yeah,
got
so
we
you
got
guys
we got
playing
to
it.
travel up. We got to travel to Seattle. I mean, that's just a short trip, so it ain't really across country, same time zone, same everything. But we have to travel up there to play them. Um, we end our 3 game home streak 3-0. I thought we'd lose one of those games, but I'll take it. We did suffer a big setback with Jimmy. We did suffer a big setback today with Debo. The good thing is that Debo is probably not gone for the whole season. Maybe just the rest of the regular season. Probably we won't play him, but he'll be good to go in the playoffs. If it's just a high ankle sprain, like everybody's saying, I'm still waiting for the official word. Kyle Shanahan did a presser about I don't know if that was after the medical team look at the X-rays or whatever, but they said it was not a broken ankle. So, and it was not his knee. So, we'll see after that.
Like more than like every after every game, the MRIs come on Monday, so MRI will give a full extent of the damage compared to just the X-rays. The MRI gonna show you if there's a grade 1, 2, 3, 4 sprain,
Mhm.
Right.
and then
It's like a grade one or something like that. You go there.
yeah, so we'll see. Right, is it my turn?
Hold on, anybody.
You have the flow.
KG, you got anything to say?
Me? No, it's no, it's interactive. I need you guys to.
You
I
have the
need you
flow.
guys
You
in
have the
this
flow.
conversation. Hold on.
I got a conversation with Jana
Hold
because
on.
I got a
No, no,
conversation.
no. It's a show for all of us because the thing about it is what I'm trying to say is
But before you go there,
uh-huh.
we got Ashley watching the show, and I have to show my jabs at Ashley when she come on the show
Okay, let's talk to Ashley before I start about
because
what Trevor Lawrence do to these Titans.
the Tennessee Titans, the number one team in the South, the AFC South, got dominated by the Jacksonville Jaguars today.
I
I
didn't
think
look
I
at
don't
any
know.
of the
You said KG when you were talking about the games today. You said
Yeah.
Jaguars beat the Titans.
Yeah.
Remember, I was watching it and I just keep telling her, you Tannehill dung hoes, Tannehill dung hoes. This Trevor Lawrence ain't throw an interception like 4 games now.
Mm-hmm.
He Tennessee is a top 5 run defense team and a bottom 5 pass. Trevor Lawrence say, I don't call no run plays for me. He just threw the ball left, right, and center. Evan Ingram went crazy. I just don't. Derrick Henry had 98 rushing yards in the first quarter, and then that's it. That man said, no. I do. I. She need to come in a comment and say what went wrong before I start, because I don't know. I don't know if she can say anything because
You know,
that that day was brutal. But whenever she think, we'll stop to talk to her. But it's my turn. So the difference between San Fran, Philly, and Carolina was there. All 3 went San Fran. All 3 went Philly. How much went Carolina?
that's the difference you're talking about.
It's a big difference. How much? I just need to hear. Shane, did you go Carolina?
No,
KG, did you go Carolina?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so I just got one more question for you guys. Shane, what was your reason for picking Seattle?
I can't. I don't trust Carolina. I don't trust Sammy Diva.
Okay, fair enough. KG, what was your reason for going with Seattle?
I thought Seattle was a better team.
Hey, not a very good excuse.
That's the same. It's right there. You 4-8, Seattle 7-5.
So
I mean,
you're right because you are what your record dictates.
yeah,
you are.
exactly.
That is true. No, Shane was very helpful last night when we was breaking down the game because that's his divisional opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Shane did say the defense isn't that strong. It's usually shootouts. Shane, you remember why I said what Carolina plan got to be to win this game?
Mm-hmm.
If we come out 10-0, 13-0, the game done.
Yeah.
Because we will control that ball. What happened? We come out firing 17-0. 17-0. And all I want to state is 1 point on what Shane was saying. What I say was, do you know what the time of possession was in that game for both teams? I'll tell you right now. Carolina's time of possession was
40-20.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
39 minutes, 16 seconds. Seattle, 20 minutes, 44 seconds.
Yeah.
What did we say Carolina has to do? Run. Well, what did I say last night? Run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, control the clock. We had 223 rushing yards compared to 46 rushing yards from the Seattle Seahawks. Turnovers, it should have been 3 turnovers. JC Han had 2 picks, but they didn't call it. They call see football out of box. I don't know what I ever see. But you know what happens when you go down early? You get one-dimensional.
Yep.
You got to throw the ball. Granted, I'll tell you one thing I would say about Seattle. They got 2 future Pro Bowlers on the ends. Charles Cross is a beast. He's the best pass blocking like rookie tackle, and the other fella ain't so bad himself. But if you ran the ball marginally, they didn't want to run the ball. They ran the ball like 13 times for the whole game. That and
Team who
Pete Carroll.
playing?
Who?
Walker playing?
No, he was injured,
Kenneth Walker injured.
Yeah.
and DJ Dallas was injured, and they had Homer and two other fellas. They said I was gonna use them, keep using all three of them and stay balanced. But I think the game plan got thrown out of the game when they went down 17-0. Then it was, I think it was what? It went to 14. I think it was 17-20 at halftime. No, 14-20.
I think I'm putting
14-20 at halftime. Yeah, it was 14-20 at halftime. Because they scored with like 16 seconds left. And then they got the ball back in the start of the second half and then scored a field goal. So it was 17-20. And then remember I was talking to you guys, and then I came off the headset for a bit to just really digest this game because it looked like this is where Carolina goes bad. But Jizzle, this is for you. This is where Carolina goes bad with Matt Rule. That's where Carolina goes bad with. Carolina goes good with Steve Wilkes because we keep pounding and we pound the rock and we pound the rock straight down them throat in the fourth quarter. Just left, right, and center. Just as I said, bullet ball. Just I wish I had a hat with some hands. Out of wait here tonight. We bullied them, and I see what Shane's saying. They like to score in big plays. They throw the ball down the field. I ain't gonna say what you want about Geno Smith. He made some pretty good throws, but we imagine hear this now. We win this game, and DJ Moore had 0 catches. 0 catches, and we still win this game. So I am so very impressed with the Panthers. Steve Wilkes has earned my check of approval. But if he is to be the head coach, I do believe he's a great leader. But we still can't have McAdoo as the after. McAdoo is like a poor man version of Ting Shane. Poor man version of McVay. You know how we just say McVay got 5 players?
Yeah.
McAdoo got 5 players, but you're find them on Madden. It's 5 Madden players that we know of. So you could tell what they are. Good that he say he's gonna run the ball, he stick to it. I like that. But sometimes the players just too, he can't get everybody involved. If you get a genuine offensive coordinator to go with thing like, so say like in this instance, Brianna Made's out of contract at the end of this season. He's a free agent. If Steve Wilkes keeps it and he hires Brianna as the offensive coordinator, I'll be pissed with happiness. But it looked like the players has responded to Steve Wilkes, and I'm very proud of them. Like Shane said, he just needed the Panthers to win this game to give him 2 games up. We did it. Shane returned the favor by beating the Buccaneers. And then what happened? We are now 1 game back. A game against Pittsburgh, Tampa game against Bengals. Next week on the show, Godspear, we could be talking about all 3 teams in first. Sorry to say, the record don't look good, but ain't my fault that the rest of the teams in my division suck. But the way the Panthers play, it was 30-24, but they scored with 16 seconds left, and a play that the defense just didn't want to get injured. So I would call it 30-17. That was the score. And it was very Panthers-like, run the ball. So again, Sam Darnold was not asked to do too much. I did say last night in the show that I thought that he would have to throw the ball more to keep up with the Seahawks. But I also said that if he control the line of scrimmage and control the clock, he wouldn't have to do so much. And I am proud of the Panthers. And it's hard to say it. We keep moving ourselves down the draft list. So Bryce Young and Stroud, they're becoming less and less of a vision for me. What can I do now? I don't know because
we got a draft pick we could give you.
Yeah, but the thing about it is no, because the news, like what Shane said in our group chat, that was good news because the Lions was in front of us. I don't think they would have go with one of them because they actually like in I think Goff looked very, very good. If you watch it today, all of us picked the Detroit. Goff is playing really good football. If we lost, we would have probably been third or fourth in the draft order, but now we about got to be about 10th.
Got a good offensive line out there too. The Lions.
So again, credit to my line too, Bradley Bozeman, Iquanu, and them fellas. I don't. I just really happy. Am I going to say it was a surprise? I was surprised we scored all them points, to be honest. But I did pick them to win. I do believe that they had what it takes to win the game. And like Shane says, victory Sunday because all three teams won and Monday gonna be victory Monday. But no, all three of us are looking at scenarios for playoffs. I mean, technically, two you are in out, but we sorry, the Panthers actually decide their own feet in the playoffs.
I can
So
say,
when
I driving to get in. The Buccaneers are on the decline. Well, I can
but
say,
Panthers just got win out.
yeah, with what I'm trying to say is we 3-1 in the division. We still got to play the Buccaneers and Saints that we beat already. You understand? We got to beat and so we got Pittsburgh Sunday, Detroit after, New Orleans, and Tampa Bay. That's the 4 games. You go 3-1 in them games there, there's a good chance that you win that division. I think Tampa Bay got Cincy, Arizona, a divisional game still, and somebody else.
and they played division year last too.
Yeah, they got one of them is a divisional game.
Yeah, Atlanta.
It's one of them. I just know that they got I'll tell you now, they got Cincy, then Tampa Bay, then they got Arizona week 17, they got the Panthers week 18, they got the Falcons.
Yeah.
So I kind of need Arizona to pull up them sacks and do something to them.
Mm-mm.
And then the crucial game comes to Carolina. So basically, Carolina and Tampa could be playing for the division in
True.
week 17, that game. But I won't look that far down the road yet. I'll give the Panthers the glory. Good job to Louvu, JC Han. I know I'm bashing CJ Henderson. I still bash him in, but he jumped a route. Good instincts. But I still
You
need
can't bash him if
I
he
have
played
to.
good today.
No. He
You
jumped the
cannot
road.
bash him.
He jumped. I never say he play good. I say he get picked. But I ain't going there and say he shut down anybody. He ain't locked down nobody. But like I say, I'm impressed. We beat a 7 and what they were 7-5. We beat a 7-5 team in Seattle, which is very hard to play because of how the crowd atmosphere is.
12
We
man.
did start off with a few false starts, but we were able to control. And Steve will say he don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but when he took over the team, he was gonna do it his way, and his way was running the rock, pounding it. He said something today, fellas, that I want to tell me if I agree with this. Steve will say, as a coach or player, the worst feeling in football is a team just running it down your throat and you can't do nothing about it.
I agree.
I agree.
That's what he said today, and he said that's what we did to the Seahawks, especially in the fourth quarter. When a team just run it down your throat and you can't stop it, that got to be burning you.
So I think y'all do us a favor too today, because y'all run down them throat, and guess who comes to town next week? The Run Kings.
My only thing with that game next week is for the same thing you always see. In a divisional game, it'll be a little bit more,
Different atmosphere. Yep.
yeah,
Like
because I don't think they underestimated the Panthers. I just think that the Panthers executed their game plan way better, because when JC Han got that pick, it set us up for 10-0.
mhm.
Then when we got back the ball again and we scored, it was 17-0. They came back on their runs. We went up 20-7, then they got 14-7. And at that point, when they got the thing 17-7, I was a little worried because the previous Panthers, we would falter on the third quarter because we don't make adjustments. But to be honest, with Steve Wilkes and Al Holcomb, and I'll give McAdoo the props. They stuck to the plan, and with that plan, I'm gonna say I respect them for that. And they did what they have to do, and they executed. It was about execution. They did it, and now we gotta look forward to a team that may not have its starting quarterback due to a concussion. Trubisky is more erratic with the ball, and let's see if we can put some pressure on. I think we playing. I can't remember if we playing at home or we'll have to check it. But like I say, I feel just as good as you guys, even though I don't have the record as you guys. But I see there's a lot of bright future stuff with this team. And like I said, I was early in the season. You'd see me put up my Bryce Young picture and my CJ Stroud picture, but it becoming all a dream now because we too far down to actually get Bryce Young a thing. So when draft time come around, we'll have to rediscuss where the Panthers go. You guys may have to help me see. But Shane going to admit it because he don't trust Sammy D, but Sammy D may deserve another year.
Not if I get another head coach.
I think they're gonna keep Wilt. But let me don't talk too fast. He still got 4 more games.
If Wilkes wins out and they make the playoffs,
If he go, so remember KGB.
They should give him the job.
Remember we talked about it. We had 5 games. I said 4-1. You said 4-1, and Shane said 3-2. I'm sure one of the games that Shane said we would have lose was this one.
Yeah.
Right. So we overcame that. I still think if I had to put my money on a game we lose, I think we lose to the Lions. Because they in a rhythm right now. But that doesn't mean that we can. The Lions to me remind me similar to the Seahawks. It kind of just reminds me of the same team, and we could do the same thing. As Shane said, you put pressure on Goff does do some stupidness when you're ready.
The thing with Lions is they have a better offensive line.
Well, this line hold up today too. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'll take it 1 week at a time. But right now, Phil is 12-1. Shane is what, 9-4?
9-4.
And we are 5-8. Sounds bad, but one game of 500. Just imagine if we had gotten rid of Matt Rule last earlier. We would have been a little better. We'd have had a better record with this Steve Wilkes. There's a difference I see with you guys, as Shane would say with Shanahan. He makes adjustments. With Sirianni and Steichen, they make adjustments. There's one thing I'm seeing with the Panthers, not our offense and defense. We got killed in the third quarter with Phil Snow and Matt Rule. The third quarter, since they're gone, we actually win in the third quarter. Because Al Holcomb and Steve Wilkes is making that adjustment. Something I found out today, when Steve Wilkes took over, he told McAdoo, you're essentially like a head coach to the team. It's your offense. You do what you want. He doesn't get involved with the offense. He and Holcomb sits and walks with the defense. So McAdoo is actually running everything on the offense. The coach doesn't get involved or try to change it. So I gotta give them props. A tough environment, we got a W, and it's all happiness for me. And like I say, Shane did me a favor, I did him a favor, and then let's just look to week 14 or 15?
15.
Week 15. Let's just look forward to week 15. Get this victory in, get the flight back, do your dance, do your gritty on the plane, and then when you reach back Carolina, get ready to work on Monday because all eyes towards Pittsburgh. So I could go on and on, but I won't go on and on. As they say, sometimes you gotta act like you've been there before. So I'll act like I'll act like I've been there, fellas. But good victory all over for everyone. As KG was saying earlier, if you look around the league, you had Shane 35-7. Chiefs and Broncos was actually close, 34-28. I think Russell went out of the game.
Yeah, he had a concussion, but that's the most points the Broncos scored last season.
Was it with Russell or without Russell?
Russell scored most of them. Rapin scored 1 touchdown.
Okay, Russell had 23 or 36, 3 touchdowns. Okay. Like we said, Jaguars blew out the Titans. 36-22. Very, very demanding win from Dougie P and Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was 30 of 42, 368 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I think I run in touchdown as well too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So Lions Vikings 34-23. Lions very convincing win. Goff was 27 of 39, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
6-7 after starting 1-6.
Exactly. So very good on the Lions. Bills beat the Jets in a cool hard one, 20-12. Cowboys begging for
Struggled.
their life, 23-27 Cowboys. And as KG said, questionable that the Texans didn't score a touchdown when they had the chance to, or else the game would have been over, but they faltered there. Bengals and Browns. Bengals 23-10 over the Browns. I didn't even know what Deshaun Watson. You don't even hear his name now. He 26 of 42, 276 yards, 1 touchdown. Eagles and Giants. We talked about that. Ravens came out with a tough victory. Tyler Huntley left the game with a concussion too. A lot of concussions this Sunday. But he left the game with a concussion, 16-14. Who was Tyler Hunt? Some Abe Brown. I don't know who that is. And then, of course, the Rams beat the Raiders on Thursday. So those are all our games. Right now the Dolphins are playing the Chargers.
Chargers there.
And then if we go to the playoff standings right now, Eagles are comfortable 12-1, Vikings 10-3, Niners 9-4, Buccaneers 6-7 by virtue of the South. Cowboys are 10-3, Commanders are 6, 7-5-1. Giants are 7, 7-5-1. Seahawks are 7-6. Lions are 6-7. So those are your teams.
Them lands may make him Super Bowl or may make playoffs.
Yep,
They got
those
a
are your
chance.
teams vying for the stuff right now. On the AFC side, Bills 10-3, Chiefs 10-3, Ravens 9-4, Titans 7-6, Bengals 9-4, Dolphins 8-4, Jets 7-6, and then you got the Chargers and Patriots at 6-6. So on Tuesday show, like we said, we'll talk more about the playoff picture and then the upcoming games because we got games on Thursday and Saturday this week. But the playoff picture, a lot of teams in this thing. Every game is critical going forward now. So we just gotta see from the matchups on each week on how the teams perform. So, but I can't complain tonight. I know Shane ain't gonna complain tonight. KG ain't gonna complain tonight. Overall, a good Sunday. But let's see if it get better for somebody. Shane, who's the picks? Well, how is these picks looking?
I think Sheedy leading the picks.
I don't think so. I took some L's. I took some bad L's. What?
Yeah, I tell you.
So we all on. I got a Charger. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. And I the only one went against New England and Arizona. So you're saying that I could make or break it?
Out of your hands.
Let's see where you all went wrong. So Tennessee. I was gonna pick Jacksonville. Stupid.
You wasn't gonna pick a damn thing else.
No, I wanted to pick Jacksonville. Well, just went against it. And then if the Chargers lose, me and Shane playing it for Monday, cause KG still be KG's actually two.
I don't two
for
out there.
four.
Yeah.
So I need the Chargers to just win this one, and then I could just mill a rock on any block come Tuesday. But 8, 9, 7. Let's see what happens with tonight come, and then when we roll around to Tuesday show, we know everybody gonna have some game balls and trash bags. I could give the game ball, honorary game ball to Carolina.
No.
But Shane, you know that's a convincing. That's a very, very good win.
I don't know damn convincing enough. Now you barely win.
Why he can't sit up
Now
barely?
wait till your ass. I almost give up the damn game.
Them score with 60 seconds left. We didn't want to just hit them or nothing.
The same reason when you went out the mic to go on your damn pair back to breathing.
Oh no, we did. That's the middle of the game.
Uh-huh.
That's the middle.
Uh-huh.
The middle of the game is a tough part of the game.
It wasn't tough for me, Casey.
Look who are you play.
What? I get right
Who's the
here.
Buccaneers?
I get right here.
Who's the Giants?
The leader in your division.
The Giants beat the Seahawks.
They the receivers that play today play in that game.
I think they did.
You would say you would say so.
Is it? You almost choked, brother.
No. So the odds had it that Carolina was going to lose, so we wasn't choking.
Yeah, I almost choked for a week. Yeah, I was choked the damn game. I don't give a shit what the odds say. The odds said we were only gonna beat the Buccaneers by 2.
But the odds had Carolina not win at all. So we ain't choke nothing. The pressure on Seattle.
The pressure gonna be on Seattle gotta keep pace with us, and I guarantee them watching the scoreboard.
They ain't gonna keep pace with that. They're gonna take another L. The worst thing that happened to Seattle is the Commanders and Giants toy. Because if they end up with the same amount of wins, the win percentage is gonna be better in favor for Washington and New York. Because the toy does gear like a better win percentage. So you see, they got 7 wins too, but they got 6 losses. The Giants and Commanders got 5 losses, so the win percentage better. So good luck to the Seahawks. I know they gotta be kicking themselves because they needed this victory here.
They
needed it there.
But they obviously didn't know that Carolina needed it too because we playing for a playoff spot.
Right, and then they're playing, and then like I said, you needed that win so that at least you could have been paced with us for next week. You kind of you put the 49ers in a position now that if you lose to the 49ers Thursday, that's it. We win the division. Right, you obviously playing for the wild card. And
what's the Seahawks next? I watched the Seahawks schedule. The Seahawks got IU, the Chiefs, the Rams, and somebody else.
But they got
and the Jets. And the Jets. So they got 49ers, Chiefs, Jets, and Rams. They could go on 4.
Yeah, they could.
That's a serious schedule there.
But you see, now you put yourself in that position now that you're fighting with the NFC East now for the wild card spot. Like I tell you, the NFC East might have all the damn teams in the playoffs.
You see, the only problem with that is, like I say, the NFC East, they're gonna have to play each other, so they kind of canceling out each other.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that's the only thing that could help the Seahawks. And then you gotta watch them Lions coming up too.
The Lions creep in.
I don't know the Lions schedule. Somebody see what the Lions schedule is. See what coming up for the Lions.
Well, I see the Lions playing the Panthers next week.
Not next week. The week after. Yeah. I know they're playing us the week after, but I don't know
what else. They're playing the Jets next week.
Jets next week.
Then the Panthers.
That's a tough game. Then the Panthers.
The Bears.
Bears them should be the Bears.
And the Panthers.
Then the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
But them is 2 divisional games on the other end. Them divisional games crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So we just got to see what's gonna happen. Well, I think we could sit back and watch this game tonight without any anger or anything. I don't know, any injury news around the NFL right now. It's probably still too early. I don't know.
Like I said, we had a number of players went down in the game. I think the only serious we had 2 players get carted off. Kevin Givens got carted off, and Debo got carted off. Like they said before, Debo is likely a high ankle sprain. I haven't heard anything on Kevin Givens yet.
Mm-hmm. So if you go on Bleacher Report, and you know how they say, like the week 14 takeaways.
Yep.
The first one is Brock Purdy has gone from Mr. Irrelevant to Mr. Right Now for the 49ers.
You can bet that, man.
The second takeaway, the Panthers are the biggest threat to the Buccaneers in the NFC South.
Let me. You the liar.
We're going to check it out here right there.
NFL takeaways from week 14.
Check it.
Report?
Yeah, check it, kid. You got this guy. Purdy is first and the Panthers second.
Brody got first, yeah.
And then what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Panthers are the biggest.
Okay. It'll just cringe your teeth for you to say that the Panthers do something positive.
And guess who picture them got her kid, that ugly fellow?
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
Sammy D.
Man, he gonna be the end of yeah, me. I can't wait to see you start
You crazy? We were signing Sammy D.
pitching
Sammy
games.
D elite. Sammy D. He said he's matured. He understands the game better now. I agree. He looks like a
You seen Ghost
different.
no more?
He looks like a different person now.
You
He ain't,
seen Ghost no more? The Ghost
No.
gone.
he ain't for September. He ain't for September.
Ah, boy. You gotta learn to respect Sammy D sometimes. All right, so next show is Tuesday, same time. We'll give out our game balls, trash bags, give our final word on week 14, and then we'll look at the schedule coming up plus the playoff tables. So we got a lot to talk about on Tuesday because Tuesday show every game counts now, so we can watch all the schedules and see where's going what. And like I said, we got Thursday night game, very critical divisional game, and then we got a triple header on Saturday. You got what that game was? I keep forgetting today. Shane, the Colts and who? Colts and Vikings.
The
Colts
Colts
Vikings,
game
Colts and Vikings.
Baltimore,
Plus
Cleveland,
in the
Baltimore, Cleveland,
yeah,
and what's
and
Dolphins
Buffalo and somebody.
Dolphins.
Buffalo and Miami in the night.
That's a big. That's a big game.
That's a big game, man.
So we'll discuss those games on Tuesday because Saturday's show, that game will already have started when we get to it. So it'll start the same time as our show in the house. So we'll talk about those and give our game picks. But like Shane said, I'll keep reiterating it. Victory Monday tomorrow. And then we got to look forward to what's going on Tuesday and Wednesday. But be sure to like and subscribe the page. We are on Twitter. We heavy on Twitter. We heavy on Facebook. We heavy on Instagram. So be sure to like and subscribe the page if you're new to our page. And if you ever want to join the show, you can always send us a message on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and get you on the show to talk some football. Any team, it doesn't matter. But if it's one of our teams, it's even better. So you guys are always welcome to come and join the show. So that's it from me. I don't know. You guys got anything?
Nope. Just I waiting on the word for about the Devo, the official word on Devo, and then see what's going on there. Greenlight asked Tom Brady to sign the ball after he picked him off.
Oh, what kind of stupidness that is? Really do it?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Cause you know he already here, woman.
Yeah, he did it. You know what it is. Fly like an eagle into the future.
This is them say Brian Dable magic wearing off by.
I'll tell you.
Agreed. I agree.
Whatever magic
But,
he had at the start of the season is
but like
wearing off.
but like you said before, they don't have the receivers that they had all in the season they
But
have
that's
no. So
not
what's
his
the magic
team.
gonna
He
wear?
inherited a team that
Right.
had no cap. That's not his players and his team that he sees.
He
For
don't like Galladay. You can see they don't
yeah,
like him. So
for them to be 7-5-1 off a
that's a big
team
job.
that not really his identity. That's a hell of a job because, as she
Mhm.
said, that probably is the ceiling for Daniel Jones. Could be true, but
Mhm.
Daniel Jones ain't that quarterback that Brian Dable want anyhow.
Mhm.
Wait till he get his hands on something that he wants, and then
Somebody he
that
can
team
mold.
should be there's a if you look at about 6 teams, there's about 6 teams that have that trajectory goes from here to here next year for sure. The Lions is one, the Jaguars is one, the Giants is one. Them 3 teams, even the Commanders. If the Commanders, Heineke, you could do it with Heineke. Suppose he had an actual better quarterback than Heineke. Them 4 teams there could skyrocket next year
The
if
Jets
you put the right
Jets
pieces.
doing good now.
Jets
And
can't.
even the Jets, yeah, the Jets too. But
And,
you see the Jets,
and they going by with some mediocre quarterbacks right now.
and that's the thing. So
Insert one dominant quarterback into the Jets right now. I think I don't know.
the Jets got 2 first-round picks or one.
I ain't too sure.
Remember they had trade all kind of people and they had picks. Unless they use it, this I think no, I think it was 2 last year. Remember they had trade all Thomas.
Yeah.
It was all Thomas, not all Thomas. What
No,
the
the
safety Jamal Adams?
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, and they had get Seattle first round pick.
Yeah.
So, but that gone. Cause last year they drafted the wide receiver and then the guard from USC. So,
But
but
the Jets start, I mean, you lose your running back. The quarterback is a bust. Your number one quarterback is a bust. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you, they're knocking on the doorstep. I think they one quarterback away.
So you don't have the faith in Mike White.
He passes.
You,
He
no, no,
did.
I won't say today, but he was injured. He get licked in the ribs there. He
He
had to
give them
keep coming up
he give them the best chance to win now, but I don't think he's it.
because we gonna find they ain't gonna get a top tier quarterback in the draft because of them perfect
They gotta get
standings.
free agent. They gotta get free agent.
I mean, they got a lot of
Ain't no free
quarterbacks, but
agents.
the quarterback, you see the quarterback free agent class.
It's horrible.
Actually, there's a lot of them out there though. Let me see if I
They
could
gotta get
find it.
we gotta get rid of Aaron.
Let
Like,
me just see.
Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere. That cap is gonna be too much. He just in a
Yeah,
contract last year.
they can't get rid of him yet.
Yeah, they can't get him in. No,
So look,
that cap is gonna be
here's
heavy.
the 2023 free agent quarterbacks. Tom Brady is one. Lamar Jackson, Jimmy Garoppolo, Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Mike White, Jacoby Brissett, Taylor Heineke, Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, Cooper Rush, Joe Flacco, Andy Dalton, Mason Rudolph, Case Keenum, Gardner Minshew.
And with that being said, that would be hopefully the Ravens sign Lamar. Because if not, if I was the Jets, I get after Lamar.
Yep.
I don't I think they're gonna have to stick with Mike White because none of them outside of Lamar, none of them other quarterbacks
Yeah,
actually is an upgrade over Mike White. Unless you're looking at systems.
I agree.
If you think a system is better than for one of them quarterbacks, then you would say it. But if not, Mike White already been in their system, and until today he was injured today badly with his ribs. He couldn't really breathe or throw properly.
But that
He's
was
been
the
he
man
was touching.
the man must have
You
get kids.
yeah, they say right after the game he went straight in the ambulance and head straight to the hospital for further testing. So, but the receivers actually really like playing with Mike White 'cause he gets them the ball. Greg got Wilson getting the ball, Corey Davis getting the ball.
As soon as Mike White, as soon as Zach Wilson get benched, you don't see Elijah Moore come off the dog house.
Exactly. So remember, you don't always have to be a first round pick to be a really good quarterback.
I true. No, everybody know that. Everybody
We
know
know
that.
that.
Because even this draft class that coming up, you know which quarterback got a higher ceiling. It ain't Bryce Young or Stroud. They say Anthony Richardson got a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just that he ain't ready to start
You got the physical
day
tools.
one. But he got the physical tools that when you go to his pro day, somebody gonna go there and say, but he need to go number one.
Right.
It's just that CJ Stroud and Bryce Young already know and are pretty good too. But they said, remember the same thing me and you were talking about Shane last night. If Caleb Williams was coming out this year, which he can't because he ain't eligible to, he probably would have gone number one. Because they're
Exactly.
saying next year draft class gonna be even more loaded too.
True.
So they're saying teams that miss out on Bryce Young and Stroud should wait till the other year when Caleb Williams come out. But Anthony Richardson rated higher than all these quarterbacks. It's just that he has to go with the right coach and right system to maximize it. Because they
Similar
say he's a
to Malik Willis.
yeah, they say he's a stronger version of Lamar with better passing skills.
Mm-hmm. But then
The
say
guy could
you talk about Kelly Williams.
no Anthony
You know,
Richardson from Florida.
From Florida. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing: Lincoln really know how to pick the quarterbacks. Cause three of he quarterbacks got Heisman's. Kyler, Baker, and Caleb Williams. So he obviously doing something good with them in college.
Yeah.
Cause Caleb Williams followed Lincoln Riley to USC. Remember he was in Oklahoma first. And he
Mm-hmm.
transferred to USC to stay with Lincoln Riley. So, but they're gonna be have a lot of quarterback movement this year too because they're saying that they expect um, a busy quarterback period again because some teams gonna change out them quarterbacks. You just gotta see what's gonna happen. So people trying to work and help their case. Sam Darnold playing for a contract for next year. Baker Mayfield playing for a home next year. Geno Smith this year was playing for a home this year because remember Seattle would have tried to draft a quarterback, but Seattle looked good. The Jared Goff was playing for a home this year too.
Yeah.
And then he saved himself. So somebody like Minshew could come in. Somebody might take a gamble on Minshew to be a bridge quarterback.
True.
The Eagles gonna have to sign somebody to back up Hurts. They need a good backup. Cooper Rush didn't look bad when he was playing in Dallas.
Dallas.
Somebody may feel that he got
Bring
a
him back.
high ceiling to thing too. Exactly. So expect a lot of quarterback movement again. What happened if Tampa Bay really decided to hang it up? Tampa Bay gonna need a quarterback. The
Yep.
Saints need a quarterback.
They see the quarterback.
So you understand what I'm saying? The problem with the Saints is they don't have that first round pick that they owe the Eagles. So where they gonna get a quarterback from next year?
They got to look for it and deal with it again.
They gonna have to try sign one of them like a Minshew or something and hope they work out because I don't think James Wilson in it.
No, with them done bench him. So can he injured?
And then yeah, and the Dalton in it either. So we'll see. Well, we'll talk about that as when the season goes to a close because we'll have a lot of discussions on these free agent
Yep.
quarterbacks when we come in. But yeah, so Tuesday again,
Yep.
8 o'clock, same time. We'll talk some more football and anyone want if anyone wants us to answer any questions, just send us a tweet at Oil and Bars Football Talk on Twitter or send us a message at Oil and Bars Football Talk on Facebook or Instagram and we'll answer any football questions that anyone have too. So outside of that, I'll go lay down in my bed and enjoy this Panthers victory today and watch the rest of this Miami Dolphins and Chargers game. I expected it to be more. It's only 3-0 in the second quarter. I didn't know what's going on out there.
We can see now. All right, guys. So we talk on Tuesday to give us game balls and talk about the Monday night game and the Sunday night game. Peace out.
Peace.